Meeting to order at 6:33 p.m. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Aaron.
Here.
Councilman Fleming.
Here.
Councilor Gerald. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Muir.
Here.
Councilor Rohrbach.
Here.
Councilor Wright.
Here.
Mayor Haynes.
Here. The invocation and pledge of allegiance tonight will be led by Councilman Fleming. If you'd all stand. Those are in.
Creator of the universe, as we begin this session, we ask for the insight to solve the challenges before us. Inspire us to lead with integrity and to listen with open hearts to the voices of our citizens. May the policies we discuss today foster unity and create lasting progress for our city. We dedicate our efforts to the pursuit of peace, equity, and a brighter future for all. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on the agenda, are there any additions or deletions to tonight's agenda?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that we make an addition to the agenda, and I request the assistance of our city attorney to make wording of that.
Your Honor, the motion would be to add the litigation known as In Re Aqueous Film Forming Foams Product Liability Litigation to the agenda for council's consideration.
Okay, is there a second?
Your Honor.
Support. Yes. Support. Okay, so we will add this, it will be added to the agenda as number 9 under reports. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next on to presentations. The first will be the Director of Public Services regarding the 2025 Holiday Light Awards.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and members of council. On the evening of December 16th, the Beautification Committee surveyed a total of 17 nominations and add-ons for the 2025 Holiday Light Awards. As in years prior, we traveled through the city of Madison Heights to witness firsthand all the brilliant decorations and score them on a variety of different categories. I'd like to extend special thanks to John Lufkin with our Active Adult Center for driving us all over the city on the bus, which was his last official duty of 2025 before he went off to Florida for this winter break. Without further ado, this year's first place winner is 813 East Kalama Avenue. And do we have someone from Kalama here? Give me 1 second, please. So as you'll see in our presentation, 813 Kalama is a blast of color on a dark winter night. They've got a countdown to Christmas, and everything is neatly bordered by the giant candies, the mix of figures, the lights, and the larger-than-life Santa, which is well-balanced, busy but not cluttered, organized but fun. This house is ready to ring in the season in style, and on behalf of the Beautification Committee, these residents will be presented with a certificate of appreciation from City Council, as well as a gift certificate to Mia's Bakery. Our second place winners are 27784 Townley Street, which is brought to us by Jody and Jonah Riddle, who I believe are here. You'd step up, please. So you're going to see this house. Lights abound in colors of red, green, and white, which is very tastefully done with joyous cheer. The mix of figures and borders provide a neat, organized, but whimsically festive presentation. You know it's going to be a good house when you're a block down the road and the bus starts looking and saying, "Ooh, I'll bet that's it. I'll bet that's it up there." And everyone on the bus says that. I'm pleased to present on behalf of the Beautification Committee and City Council a certificate of appreciation, as well as a gift certificate to Mia's Bakery. to go up and take council seats.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thanks for doing it.
And we'd now like to run a brief presentation of the winners and nominees' homes with new music this year. We'll see if it's gonna work. So, there's a lot of things I really enjoy about my job, pretty much everything, in fact, but this is definitely one of my favorite things to do. So I'd certainly like to thank our winners and all the nominees for making your homes look so festive this winter. So many of our residents really continue to outdo themselves year after year. As we noted in the slideshow, the Beautification Committee will be accepting nominations in June for the 2026 Summer Beautification Awards. You can contact the Department of Public Services to nominate your own or your neighbor's home or business that you particularly like for the immaculate landscaping and gardening efforts. So please keep an eye out on the website and other media outlets, including our Madison Heights Matters and our Madison Heights Happenings, for information on when that comes out. And thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thanks, Sean. All right, next on the agenda is another presentation from the Historical Commission on the City of Madison Heights 70th Anniversary Proclamation, which will be read by Mayor Pro Tem Muir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Last month, I had the privilege and honor of accepting this proclamation on behalf of the city and for Mayor Haynes and most importantly, the Historical Commission from our Commissioner Ann Galt. I'm going to skip some of it, but honoring the City of Madison Heights 70th anniversary, whereas on December 6, 1955, residents of what was then the east side of Royal Oak Township voted to approve a draft charter that ratified the incorporation of the City of Madison Heights, making it the 10th city government in South Oakland County. With just over 7 square miles of area, it was the second largest city in this part of the county and the 5th largest in population. And whereas today Madison Heights is home to a diverse population of nearly 30,000 people, contributing to a dynamic and multifaceted workforce that represents a range of skills and industries from manufacturing to services and technology. Residents enjoy a high quality of life with access to a variety of recreational and outdoor activities through the city's numerous parks, hiking trails, and community centers, such as the Red Oaks Water Park and the Red Oaks Nature Center, that offers programs and amenities for all ages. With its heart aligned with its history, Madison Heights will honor the life and memory of Gary McGilvery with the McGilvery Play Garden at Red Oaks County Park, formerly Ambassador Park. Mr. McGilvery devoted 15 years of service to Oakland County as a commissioner and as the chair of the Oakland County Parks and Recreation Commission, and over 24 years to Madison Heights as mayor and a city council person. And whereas a special debt of gratitude is owed to organizations such as the Madison Heights Historical Commission for its role in curating, collecting and preserving the city's history. Established in 1984, the commission and its members also maintain the Madison Heights Historical Museum, located within the City Hall. The museum's heritage rooms give visitors a glimpse into the past and the origins of what is now a modern, innovative, and resilient community. Whereas on this momentous occasion of its 70th anniversary, we join with the residents, business owners, and government leaders of Madison Heights to celebrate 7 decades of growth, change, and prosperity. Further, we honor the enduring spirit of the city's founding peoples and those who served as stewards of the land before them. Now, therefore, David T. Woodward, Chair of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, and Commissioner Ann Erickson Galt, and the entire Oakland County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim special condemnation to the city of Madison Heights. We recognize and commemorate the contributions and civic engagement of Madison Heights residents to the greater Oakland County community. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will proudly display that down in those heritage rooms as soon as someone can help me hang it.
Sounds good. All right, moving on, there's no public hearings this evening, so we'll move into meeting open to the public. Before I open the meeting to the public, I just want to remind everybody to direct your comments towards me, the chair, and the time is limited to 3 minutes. So with that, we'll open public comment.
Martha Covert, Edward Avenue. Happy New Year. I went to the budget meeting before Christmas? Okay, Melissa, how do you keep everything in your head? How? I was very impressed. You did a fabulous job. And to our supervisors, okay, I was just a mess by the end of it, because I couldn't keep up. There is so much money coming in and out of this city. I mean, I know we're not the richest city, but wow. You guys, and council, you do a good job keeping things under control. But as a taxpayer, I sit and think, okay, now I'm going to complain about where my tax dollars are spent, but I'm not paying attention to what actually needs to be done to get what I want. So if we could take a step back before we go on Facebook and just blow up, because I'm good at that, I'm going to admit, I'm good at that. Think about what this one, like, when they want to redo streets, I'm thinking, 100,000, that doesn't even do my driveway. So if we could be a little kinder to our council people, myself included, a little kinder to our council people that are trying to make the best, and especially our city manager, doing what's best for us, that would be great. I'm going to try to be a little less harsh. Okay, it's hard for me, and anybody that knows me knows that's hard for me, but I'm going to do it. One thing I think was overlooked at the Christmas tree lighting was that Luna Rohrbach was there, and no one gave her a title. I'm sorry, she was the prettiest puppy at the tree lighting. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not that short. Emily, I promised you. Is this on? Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you.
You're Honorable Corey Haynes. Good man. My thoughts on this water bill that I just received. Been in Madison Heights for 68 years on Spoon Street. In 2023, we got a card like this saying that we were going to go ahead and on July 1st of 2023, they were going to raise the sewer, which was doubled, and the water, which was probably 1/4 higher as far as the rates. And nothing on the stormwater per ERU. I got my water bill this month. It was $163, which left me $4.38 for groceries. You guys all know that the cost of everything has gone up. I'd like to have, I'd like to let you know that, please keep in mind that people like myself at 74, I'm on a fixed income. And stuff like this, if I get blindsided without being warned, hey, shut everything off, which I do. Same thing with electricity, same thing with gas. I shut my stuff off at 3 o'clock because rates double as far as electricity. And I don't turn it back on until like 10 o'clock at night. And I keep my house at 58. That's cold.
That's cold.
So that's all I got to say. Congratulate you all for being here and holding your positions on the city council. If there's any new members, congratulations. And that's you, Corey. You're a
Thank you.
good man. Got a good heart, got a good soul. That's why I voted for you.
Thank you, sir. Any, anybody else? All right, then I'll close public comment. Moving on to the consent agenda this evening, we have 4 items. One is the Library Advisory Board, adoption of updated library internet safety policy. From the Finance Director, a 2026 poverty exemption resolution and application. City Council regular meeting minutes of December 1st, 2025. And finally, the City Council regular meeting minutes of December 8th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda? Yes.
Motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Your Honor. A
Yes.
second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor,
Yes, Councilman
I
Fleming.
do have one question about the, hold on, let me get to it here. It's about the Library Advisory Board adoption of the updated library internet and safety policy. Was there, that went to, it started at the library and then it went to the HREC. Were there any changes done between the regular policy and the second, the final? None? All right.
No.
That's all I wanted.
No, there weren't. Okay, very good.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I just have one correction under the agenda where it says who was present at the December 1st meeting.
Yes.
Can it please be changed from Councilman Toya Aaron to Councilwoman?
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll fix that. All right, any other discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next up is reports. City Manager of fiscal year 2026 to 2031 capital improvement plan.
So the city's financial policies require that the city develop a multi-year plan for capital improvement purchases. That's anything that's $5,000 or more, that's like a fixed item, like a truck or something like that. We update this plan annually, and we make it available to the public. It's on the council agenda tonight to be received and filed, and it will be the start to the line item budget. So council will have, and the public will have an opportunity to talk about it as we go through the department budget process. But for first glance about what we're planning in the capital improvements, it is available online. So city council is just being asked to, if they have any comments tonight, and if not, just receive and file it for 2026 to 2031. It gives the public a pretty good idea of some of the needs that Martha was talking about, because a lot of these things were discussed at our strategic planning, and it really talks about what we need in the future and how we save for that instead of taking out loans and that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. Can I get a motion to receive and file?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'd like to
make a motion to receive and file the capital improvement plan for fiscal year 2026 through 2031.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Your Honor?
Yes.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, I think it wouldn't hurt to just do a quick highlight of kind of the distribution of the capital improvement. I think nobody wants us to go line by line because that's a lot, but obviously it is public and everybody can take a look at it, but I think that the source of funds and the distribution, the use of funds, those kind of distribution amounts would be helpful just to put onto the public radar about how we're planning to be using those funds when we're looking at the budget next year.
Sure. So over the next 5 years, we have a budget or a need of about $54 million worth of capital improvement plans. That includes everything from roads to water mains, new fire trucks, police cars. Like I said, anything that's fixed that's around $5,000 or more. Next year in the budget, we have a need for $10.8 million worth of assets. That does not mean the budget will include that. So how the process ends up working is the capital improvement plan, as is presented tonight in the packet and online, has everything that we need in it. As we go through the budget process, we determine how much money we actually have. And so quite a few of those things will either be deferred or they will be removed. So the city also is very good about, as soon as we come up with a capital improvement plan, it lays out a very good foundation for what we can go get grants for. So we start looking for grants so we can fund these any way we can other than using tax dollars. So I can give you a quick little breakdown. One of the major things, and you're going to be hearing about this more and more as we progress throughout the year, is our largest expenditure is roads. Neighborhood projects make up 33.3%, and that's the road improvement millage that you pay for. That's your actual neighborhood streets. That millage is expiring this upcoming year, so voters are going to be asked to consider a renewal. It's not an increase, it's a straight renewal this upcoming August, and there'll be more information which roads that's going to include and how that's going to work coming out over the next couple of months. Another 16.3% of that goes to public safety, so that's the police cars, that's the fire engines, that's something as simple as fire hose. Collection and distribution systems, that's water main and sewer replacements. So anytime we do a road, we evaluate the water mains underneath it, and if we can replace the water mains, if they need to be replaced, we replace them at that time to help reduce the cost, and then we also do a couple standalone water mains every year. About 6.7% is spent on things like the library and parks, and then just general government and economic development is about 4%.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one more question, or it's not really a question, it's a comment. One of for the parks and library portion of it, I think this year is our McGilvery Park year as far as the parks improvements goes. I think that on the capital improvement plan right now, there's a lot of, we're looking at potentially, if it makes into the budget, all of those caveats, but that's the replacement of those Magic Square, that's the replacement of the Playscape and any kind of revamp in that park that we're looking at, including the parking lot, correct?
So that is correct. So this past year, you saw a lot of improvements in Rosie's Park. There are also a lot of improvements across all the parks, like just last week, they were fixing the shelter building roofs. So there are some projects spread across all, but we really try to invest in each park. And the McGilvery Park is the major budgeted thing. There's a Playscape replacement, there's a Magic Square replacement, there's a parking lot replacement just budgeted for or proposed in McGilvery Park. We are starting to work with Oakland County to get a park design professional to look at that park because it sits on top of a drain. So that drastically affects what we can do there. So we get a lot of requests to do things in that particular park, but we're very limited as to what we can do. So we hope to get a professional. So these things might change. Like we might have budgeted a parking lot replacement and we might be spending that money on something different as we go into the budget process.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All right. Yes.
I want to also make note that, we've had a lot of phone issues for our phone network, and included in this budget are also the improvements to the phone network, upgrading it. First of all, regardless to rumors, our phone equipment is not outdated at all. It is at the level of what technology is right now. But we have a process that we're going through right now that's going to even make it more affordable for the future, and is going to be more reliable, and just a way much better system, I believe. And so in the coming year or so, we're going to be making a lot of improvements, not just in the phone system, but many places across the city. So that's what I'm saying.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right, that brings us to the end of the agenda, so I will go through to get closing comments.
Your
We'll
Honor.
start with,
Your Honor?
oh, yes.
One addition.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. We do have the addition, number 9. We have the motion regarding the litigation.
Yes, Your Honor, if I might. Section 3.14F of the charter provides that upon recommendation of the city attorney, city council may retain special legal counsel to handle any matter that the city has an interest in. And I am recommending that the council consider hiring Mike Stagg of the Stagg Louisa Law Firm of New Orleans, Louisiana, as general counsel, and local counsel Gary Klein of Cummings, McClory, Davis, and Atcho of Livonia, Michigan, to represent the city's interests in reference to the litigation mentioned, which is In Re Aqueous Film Forming Foams product liability litigation, for the reasons we discussed in closed session, and authorize the city manager to execute the necessary documents to effectuate the same.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Now that you read it. Yes.
so moved.
So moved.
As
All right.
stated by city attorney.
Thank you. And a second?
Your Honor, support.
Yes. All right, motion and support. Is there any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Now we can move on to closing comments. We'll start with Councilwoman Aaron.
Good evening. Thank you. First, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. I cannot believe that we're already 12 days into the new year. It moves entirely too fast. I'm wishing everybody, great peace. I want you all to have good rest, good health, and to every person in our city, every family. And I also want to congratulate all the nominees and the winners for our holiday lights. And this year, I've been thinking, every time the new year come in, we always talk about New Year's resolutions. Well, at my church, we stopped doing New Year's resolutions probably about maybe 5-6 years ago. And we do what we call the one word. And this one word is a word where we focus on that just carries us through the year, opposed to just trying to think of, by the time, because if I would have had a New Year resolution, admit it, we all would have failed by Friday. It'd have been done and over with, Everybody goes to the gym. So I chose my one word this year, and my one word is ready. And when I thought about that word, I looked at it and I said, well, what does ready mean? And it means that I'm willing. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to show up when it matters. I'm ready to pause before reacting. I'm ready to ask questions and, find out how you're really doing. What can I really do for you? I'm ready to care about people and not just the problems. It's easy to say, yeah, we're going to do this, but I'm actually ready. And part of my role with me working in mental health, I've learned that, our mental health, it just doesn't touch our minds, but it's also everything we do. Mental health is in our side of our houses. It's at our workplaces. It's in our relationships. It's all about how we show up for one another. And when I took that to the library board of advisory, who I love, of all the boards I'm on, I love that board the most, honestly. But the library board, we looked, and one of the ways that we're going to lean towards making certain that we incorporate our mind and our mental health this year is we're going to be hosting a few speaker series. And remember now, I told you guys, we're already in day 12, so y'all going to be like, Toy, that's so long away. But one of the first things we're going to be doing is, coming the month of March, we're going to be doing National Nutrition Month. Then in May, we're going to be doing Mental Health Awareness Month. And in July, we're going to be doing Disability Pride Month. And what we're focusing and trying to hope for is that these conversations is going to give us a way where people utilize tools and resources and learning how to support one another through, different accessibilities and knowing how it feels to be a community and having some place to reach out. So I just wanted to say that and just letting you know that in 2026, I'm just ready to lead with a heart. I'm ready to lead with grace. I'm ready to lead with common sense and just ready to grow and support and walk with us and not against us. So that's all I got to say. Again, thank you all and Happy New Year. Let's do this.
Mayor Pro Tem Mayor.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, as I mentioned about the proclamation, it was a privilege and honor to accept that. And we had an open house at the Heritage Rooms. That was fairly well attended. The holidays probably cut into that a little bit, but we had some really good conversations with some folks that came, and it wasn't, there were several folks that came and had our conversation. It wasn't a high. They really were digging into the city of Madison Heights and some of the history. The History Committee is meeting on Wednesday to finalize our goals for this year. We're going to try and do more open houses. I think those are working out pretty well. We have a very active social media who, I won't steal his numbers, but that he'll be presenting on Wednesday, but he's, I don't even know what the hexatrupled, the following on our historical site, so that's all good stuff. People are learning about the city and what goes on. We've had requests to go to a classroom and present some of the history. We've also invited that group to come here and have a class in our classroom that we have downstairs. Happy New Year. We're off and running, as Councilwoman Aaron mentioned, and I'm looking forward to this year. And thank you, Martha Covert, for your comments about how we may make this look easy up here, but it's not quite so easy. And we wish that we could do everything that everybody would like to do, but there's only one pot to do that from. And the major thing we hear from people is we don't want to pay any more money. Some of those charges are kind of forced on us with the water from our water supplier. So we need to get reimbursed for some of those. I wish we could fix every darn road, but we can't. And City Manager Marsh mentioned that we're going to need to look to get another, what's the word? Renewal, yes, we'll have to renew our water, our roads millage, and that's not going to cover it. It's, we're not asking for an increase, we're just going to renew it the way it is, and we are certainly not going to be able to cover all the roads that need to be fixed. So we prioritize them, and we do the best we can, honest, and that's it. I'll cut my time short because I think someone was gonging me off. I think I got gonged off the microphone. So wonderful to be back. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Wright.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna just keep it short today. I heard some words last night that really kind of resonate with me. I wanted to just share, as speaking of being ready and the theme for this new year. I just hope that as people watching, people involved, us up here, we focus on ways in which we can laugh with each other instead of at each other. And I'm just going to say, remember to be good.
Thank you. City Attorney Larry Sherman.
please excuse the gong. I think I was gong. I turned my computer off, so I won't gong any other members of the council. I just want to wish all of our residents a happy new year. Wish you all the best in the coming year. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
City Manager Marsh?
I got nothing.
Nothing tonight.
Didn't even get to say it. Counselor Rohrbach?
I just want to reiterate, Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome back. I'm glad to be here for another year. And I did want to thank Dennis for coming tonight and talking to us. I would love it if, you know, Sean or Melissa, somebody from one of your offices can sit down and help him figure out if there's some issue that's causing his water rate to jump up higher than expected, because we knew they were going to go up, but they shouldn't, you know, maybe do quite as much, or if there's, you know, potential leak or something happening. So I just would love for the experts in the field, which is not me, to take a look and to see if there's anything we can do. Just thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Have a good night.
Thank you. Counselor Gerald?
So supporting Martha's earlier comment, I totally support. It was a mind-blowing meeting, how impressive it was. The amount of detail provided for the budget discussion is incredible. The detail they have as far as showing, they've got a map that is all color code for every single street about which ones are in the most need of repair. And this is the kind of information that you can find if you look at the materials that are going to become available for review. And there's a whole lot of charts you're not going to want to look at because holy schmoly, but there's some really great visuals. And since you're here, I'd like to publicly thank you for your volunteer lunch for the pantry on Saturday. That was very thoughtful. Thank you for doing that. I went to my first Environmental Citizens Committee meeting the other day. What an amazing group of passionate, knowledgeable people who really want to do great things for the city. That was exciting to be. And Toya, we didn't get to choose our own words for our star words at church. We had to pick them, and then we couldn't trade them in. So I'm very curious to see where I'm going to go with my word of being open-minded. It was much easier the year my mom was not doing well, and the word was healed. It was a lot easier to understand where that was going, and hers was acceptance. She wasn't very excited about that, concerned about where it might end up. But, yeah, I'm curious to see where that goes.
All right, Councilman Fleming?
Yeah, so pertaining to the water rates, I know that our city is in a consortium with other cities that has representation that actually goes ahead and fights these increases of water rates and DTE, electricity rate increases. And we, our city manager and our staff are always calling DTE to find out, why isn't there, raising the rates, and also with GLEWA to see what it is, why the rates are going up. And I think that if you're a part of our city, also, you can take part in writing them also, the more people that write these organizations like DTE or GLEWA and send them email telling them about these rates that they have and their dislike for it, I think that makes them understand that it isn't just coming from 7 members here on council, that it's also coming from thousands of people that are out there. And I know they have meetings open to the public also, but that's why letter writing campaigns work really well, so they understand that where you're coming from and that our rates are too high for the cost of living. Also, there's we had a meeting for the prior to our planning meeting that's coming up on the 20th of this month, and one of the things we were advised of is that the planning master plan survey that everybody's seen and filled out, that was there for a couple of months, that actually had over 800 people that actually filled that out, and that was really great. That's about the same amount of people that filled out the information for the recreational plan, the master plan for the recreation. And I think it's really great to see that people are actually participating, taking the surveys, taking the time, looking at our ideas, but also giving us your input and participating in the survey. But also, in the future, we're going to be having these planning kind of like a town hall, just like we did for the recreational plan, so that you can be there in person and talk to our planner and the planning commission and really give us some other face-to-face input so we can go back and apply that to our planning master plan. So that's it for now.
Okay, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone, for about the 20th time so far tonight, but we'll get it out there. Again, I want to give another shout out to Kevin Wright, who's on the Historical Commission, and he's doing the social media. What an amazing job he is doing. I mean, every day I'm learning something new, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a strange feeling because I worked here for 32 years, and I don't know, half of the stuff that he's put out there, I did not know. So it's been just simply fantastic and gaining a lot of traction with people and getting people more interested in the history of our great city. I also want to give a big thank you to all of our department heads for all the work that they do every day, especially the presentation that we had at the budget meeting. It was just phenomenal. And I've worked on both sides of the budget, so I know what pain they go through to get that ready. I know it's a lot of work, but again, they did a fantastic job. And not to mention Melissa. You know, Melissa is absolutely fantastic, and all of us up here, I think I speak for most of council, we would have a much more difficult time doing our job if it wasn't for all the assistance that she gives us with her knowledge, and with everything that she does to make sure that she paints the picture exactly how it is, and we know what we need to make the decisions that we make on a daily and nightly basis. And Councilwoman Aaron, we are ready. We're ready to keep moving the city forward and to keep doing the things that we do best and make sure that Madison Heights and our citizens are our top priority here. Lastly, I want to thank you, Dennis, for your very kind words this evening, and I will do my best here in the position of mayor, and as will all of our council members. So thank you again, and with that, we'll adjourn the meeting tonight at 7:15.